What's poppin', yo? The other day, Leray came out with a statement that caused some controversy in the replies. Some people saying she was talking about herself, but let's just get straight into her Twitter stream of thoughts. Initially, she said, "The music industry is oversaturated. Every song is a hit. Everybody is a star." I agree with 2/3 of this. The first two sentences for sure. And I'm going to get into why after I give the full context of everything she said on Twitter first. And then somebody replies and says, "Can't help but think Koi benefited from said saturation. Valid message, wrong messenger, potentially." But Coi Leray says, "Y'all bugging. My versatility, my stage presence, my stats, my collabs, my brand deals, fashion girl, I can dance, sing, rap. It's fine if you don't see it now. I'm in no rush for you to notice." She follows it up by saying, "LOL, I'm that girl. Real life, offline, in the booth, on the stage, on the red carpet, on the radio, overseas." And that's just what it is. Interestingly enough, she didn't say on the XXL freshman cypher. Shout out to my chicks who stay true to themselves and don't give a F when nobody has to say. And then another person replied saying, "Which is all true, but you got noticed and quote unquote fame from the oversaturation. You literally got big off of TikTok sounds. You got talent like stuff, sis, but don't act like you didn't use that moment to get your stuff popping." I don't like this type of thinking because it's just like, oh, you got your stuff popping on radio back then, or you got posted on the blogs back in 2010, and that's how you got this is just a medium. The medium where the most people are at, and you get popular on that, and you just carry that popularity. It's not better or worse if you get popular somewhere else. It's what you do with that popularity, because we have bums that blew up and got a hit on TikTok, and they're nowhere to be found now. So Coi Leray says, "How many people on TikTok went top 10 global? How many on TikTok have the amount of success I had with NMP?" I'm guessing that was No More Parties. Twin M, that song was a flop. Maybe not on TikTok, but in general, that song flopped. Big Purr, that song performed decently. Push Ice-T as well. DDG Impatient, I really don't even remember that song, but I remember it being popular. I don't even think I heard it. Plus so many more. All right. And the last fan says, "Please, Koi, don't get too cocky. I was loving about you. You were doing your thing and just staying to yourself, shutting down the doubters. Now you start getting cocky, these stand bases will go out of their way to make sure you fail. Just be humble and move in silence." I'm not cocky at all. I'm human. I should be able to speak how I feel. Look at me like your sister when you need to have a drink and call. Don't worry, Bootsy. It's all love at the end of the day. Crazy. You know what's the interesting part about this? Most of these tweets of Coi Leray don't got more than 1,000 likes. I mean, these last two tweets got 76 likes. That's crazy. So clearly, I think she needs to remove where she said, she said, "I'm that girl offline in the booth." Okay, she didn't say online. All right, good. Because y'all remember when Coi Leray was telling people somebody's paying to keep her off the blogs? That's one of the most wild things I've ever heard. But getting back to these statements, the music industry is oversaturated. Every song is a hit. I believe this wholeheartedly. Y'all remember that? Was the song called Party Girl or something? Stay Solid Rocky? Y'all remember that guy? That was a hit. He had a hit. What happened to him? I have no idea. He's gone. He's just boom, poof. Corvette. I think he got screwed over. He was also independent, I think. Stay Solid Rocky signed. He was independent. I'm referencing the Corvette guy. And then the Uzi / snitching allegation thing kind of screwed him. The whole situation, like a lot of people still don't even know what happened, even with the full context, but the context didn't get out there. There wasn't enough promotion for it. So he kind of got screwed over by that. But he's somebody that had a hit, I would say. I don't even think that was as big of a hit as Stay Solid Rocky. Arizona Zervis had a hit. He was one of the original TikTok hits with Roxanne. That he just decided to disappear, though. He didn't want to capitalize. So that's a different story. A good amount of people were able to capitalize, though. But everybody's got a hit. Pretty much everybody starts out with a hit now. Who have you heard of that has slowly gotten popular and then eventually built up a fan base and then gets a hit later on? Not very many. Maybe Playboi Carti's camp. But Playboi Carti's camp, they get juiced by Playboi Carti's fandom. So I don't really think they count as much. But everybody starts off with a hit. So she's right. Yeah, it is oversaturated. Everybody's getting a hit. And especially 2020 to 2022 maximum, they were signing everybody. Now they're not going too much for that TikTok hit. I think they realized the longevity in a lot of these artists is nothing. Everyone is a star. That's definitely not true. I think Coi Leray would have been one of the people that fizzled out from the TikTok hit if she didn't have people throwing so much money behind her. Because just think about all of those songs that came after No More Parties. They were just flopping, flop, selling 9K. She's talking about being, popping. Isn't Destroy Lonely supposed to do 32K now? He's doing like 3 times Coi Leray. And this is his last album he did maybe like, 6K, 7K? And he's never had a hit. I don't even think he has close to a hit. Maybe he has a quote-unquote hit on TikTok, but I don't think he's touched Billboard. And he's doing big numbers. They're mind-blowing to me. They should be to anybody, but he's selling way more than Coi Leray. But Coi Leray gets more opportunities. I think she's a bigger act overall. I really don't think the whole acting cocky thing should work for Coi Leray. But I think people came at her here just because they feel like she's one of the people that oversaturated the game, because they're like, hey, what are you delivering that's fresh, new, interesting, and exciting? And the truth is, almost nothing. The hit that she did have, or that she does currently have, is a rendition of an already existing song that was a hit in the 2000s. And then another song that she released after that, I believe, is a rendition of another song that was a hit previously. So you're kind of part of the oversaturation. I don't think Coi Leray really stands out. She's talking about stage performance, this and that. Where can we get some footage of Coi Leray's tours? We don't want to see the stage performance. You could be a great performer, but if you're popping offline, where are the shows at? Post your shows, gang. Who's the guy that said that? It was someone. Was that Ken Carson that said that, or one of the other guys? But yeah, where's her shows at if she's popping offline? The truth is, Coi Leray is an industry artist. She has a hit right now, which I gave her credit for, respect, but she's fluffed up. She's getting all these brand deals, all these sponsorships, at all these red carpet events. Ice Spice is more popping than Coi Leray. Ice Spice brought something more fresh to the game than Coi Leray. Because Ice Spice, she didn't originate it, but she was the first female that got popping with that style that the New York guys were already using, and they got popular off of too. So Ice Spice was doing something that Coi Leray didn't do. And this is one of the reasons why Coi Leray continues to get hate, is because everything that Coi Leray is saying in this tweet storm, the person that's actually embodying that is Ice Spice. And Ice Spice isn't saying anything and doesn't feel the need to say anything. So people like her more. That's just one component of it. Like I said, I think Coi Leray is going to be straight now. She's had so much money behind her, and the fact that she has an actual hit now, that just adds to the time span. The next album, though, I want to see Coi Leray tour footage. She's talking about being popping offline. I want to see the next album sales for Coi Leray. If Destroy Lonely is doing 30-something K, I don't want to hear excuses from anybody. Unless people are saying the sales are fake, then show me some proof of that. But if he's doing those numbers, Coi Leray, you got to at least match that. You've had a hit. He hasn't. But yeah, I do think the game is saturated. I do think everyone gets on with a hit. But the people that have had a hit and have been able to sustain, I think that just makes it more respectable, and they should be appreciated more. Because it's difficult in general to get a hit. But for somebody to have a hit and sustain it and become popular and gain a fan base, not become a hit-to-hit artist or have to be carried, have their career carried, then that's something that's very commendable. So yeah, I agree with Coi Leray on half of this. The stuff that she said about herself, I really don't agree with. People are here talking about, oh, I had the top songs on TikTok. What? What does that have to do with anything? When she was talking about I had the top song on TikTok, twinning them, that's when people were staring at her on stage and weren't moving at all. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.